it's a goodwill. They're only showing goodwill. Okay. Now the customer cannot go to the court and sue Royal Enfield on this. Okay. I'm telling you, you change one nut. Okay, on the motorcycle. You install one aftermarket thing which costs 10 rupees. You have lost the right to warranty. I'm not defending the companies. I'm generally the first person to kick companies, but most of the time.
Hello and welcome back to another podcast. And we have Vikas bhai again. So,
Buddies!
yes. So, what is the latest issue that is in the news right now, Vikas bhai? I think it's making the headlines everywhere. Wherever you open,
True.
you see that.
What happened with the Himalayan with regards to the frame of the motorcycle, the chassis. Toot gaya na? I mean, I have very little information on this, to be honest. You have done more research. So you give me the information which you have read, and I'll give answers according to my general overall experience, technology, engineering, and all of that.
So, this podcast is about the Himalayan 450 chassis issue. And whom should we blame? Is it just the aftermarket crash guards? Or, is Royal Enfield also to be blamed in this? So this podcast is going to be about covering everything related to this particular incident, and along with that, we will be talking about these accessories, aftermarket accessories that a lot of people when they buy a motorcycle, they think it's important to put 10 to 15 kilos of you know more metal parts. So yeah, uh, so let's talk a little more about the incident as per the owners, not the as per the I'm sorry, this was not the owners. The owner did not post it first. All
Mhm.
right. So let's talk about the incident. This was
Mhm.
posted somewhere on Instagram that the Himalayan chassis, broke down in two pieces, and then it just spread like a wildfire. It was across the
Hmm.
internet,
Yeah.
and people were thinking it's the same like what happened long time back in a rented
Correct.
Himalayan.
Hmm.
So
Version 1 Himalayan. Yeah.
yes, so
Hmm.
again, uh, this was the very short video coming out from the internet,
Hmm.
but later on, Royal Enfield addressed the issue that this was not a manufacturing defect. This
Hmm.
is what they claimed, and in a gist I'll tell you that the Royal Enfield blamed that it was about the aftermarket crash guard that the owner has installed. And later on, maybe like a week back, the owner posted from their original page about this, and they have said that this happened only because of the aftermarket crash guard that was not installed properly. So this is the
Okay.
whole issue that's happening
Mhm.
right now. I mean, it's in the news everywhere.
Okay. So you're saying that the owner admitted that uh, this incident most probably happened because of the uh, third party aftermarket accessories, the crash guard installed. Okay, all right. That is very, what to say, matured of him to even admit, because most of the people will not admit. So, all right. See, first thing, I've always said that यार ये मोटरसाइकिल है, कोई हाथी नहीं है. It's not a truck, it's not an elephant or a lorry. Got
Exactly.
it? So it's I mean, see, we love to tour. Okay, fortunately in my life I've done considerable touring. Whenever I tour, I always tell my team members that we should travel as light as possible. That's very critical. Okay, that is the golden rule of travel. It could be on a motorcycle, it could be in a car, it could be backpacking. It is all about traveling as light as possible. However, people like to put unnecessary stuff on their motorcycle. Okay. Now, you could be going on a 1 week tour. People put two massive boxes on the left side, right side. They put a top box behind. They add every kind of metal thing possible onto the motorcycle. Okay. So here, what happens is, the issue is, how will you mount all of that onto the motorcycle? Okay, motorcycle was not originally designed to mount all of this. Okay. So in the process of mounting so many boxes onto the motorcycle, some nuts and bolts which are originally designed to safeguard the structural integrity of the motorcycle get removed. Okay. And what happens is that one bolt will be removed, and that saddle stay or any other thing that they are putting, they will put that main bolt through that new accessory to hold the accessory together. So what happens is that the structural integrity, how much shock the motorcycle's original frame can take, all that will take a beating, because now how much torque was originally required to tighten the bolt will probably not remain the same when you put another metal part in between that bolt and the frame of the motorcycle. So I'm giving very basic examples, but small things create big problems in life, Yeah. So here, my general advice to anyone who's getting into touring is carry as little stuff as possible on your motorcycle and enjoy the tour, enjoy the ride. And next, about the crash guards here. Correct? You had mentioned that most probably the Himalayan, the
There,
frame.
there were two of this incident, and both the
Okay.
incidents actually involved the same crash guard from a particular manufacturer.
Oh.
So let's talk about if it's really necessary to put crash guards on your motorcycle.
So when I installed the crash guards onto my Duke 390, it was looking very cool. Okay. It was standing out from other Duke 390s. And my friend took it for a ride. And he had a minor fall at some 20, 30 kilometers an hour. And then he called me and he said, Vikas, I'm so sorry. And I said, what happened, brother? Don't worry, tell me. And he said, the Duke 390 had a fall. I was riding. I said, are you okay? And he said, yeah, I'm fine. Then I said, but then why are you panicking so much? Is the motorcycle is in like big trouble? Is it a big damage? And he said, see, the fall only happened at 20, 30 kilometers an hour. I said, so what is the big issue? Some scratches? He said, no, but something majorly cracked near the frame. I said, what?
That was horrifying.
Yeah. I said, what? It's okay. I said, don't worry. I'm a friend. Whatever happens, we are together. Okay. Your problem is my problem. My problem is your problem. So he got the motorcycle back home. He pushed the motorcycle, and the part of the main structure of the motorcycle, it was not actually the frame, but a structure which was holding the engine together, that cracked because one of the bolt of the crash guard was mounted onto that. It was designed like that. Okay. It cracked because the crash guard comes out like this, and it fell, and whole impact got onto that area of the motorcycle, and it is called leverage in engineering. Leverage is when you it's like if you have a long rod, okay, you stuff it into a door and you push the rod, then the door is going to break open. Got it? So just like that, the crash guard that pops out when it hits the ground, the leverage of that impact knocks off whatever it is mounted onto. So that is the day I realized that, oh my God, installing these aftermarket crash guards is not such a great idea. Because now you will see another clip here. This is of me riding on a racetrack, learning to ride. So when I say learning to ride, that means learning to ride on a racetrack. So I had a fall, okay, on my Duke 390, and this was at considerable amount of speed, and I was having the stock crash guards, the black color ones, the arch kind of a crash guard which used to come from the company, and nothing happened. The frame did not bend. The crash guard also bent and we straightened it, and I kept riding on the racetrack. And later on, I went and bought another set of crash guards. One was 200 rupees each, way back in 2016 or so. So, when my motorcycle had a serious crash at probably 60, 70 kilometers an hour with stock crash guards, nothing happened to the motorcycle. But the expensive aftermarket crash guard, which probably was 5,000 rupees or more, yeah, uh, and that caused a major crack onto the structure of the motorcycle. So, long story short, the matter is that aftermarket crash guards are not really recommended. So, many people also install aftermarket crash guards onto uh, fully fed motorcycles, and they say, oh, we want to protect the fairing of the motorcycle. Now, fairing of the motorcycle will be way cheaper to buy than replacing the frame of your motorcycle. So, this is with our experience, which has been proven. So, brother, considering our personal experience with my Duke 390 and the aftermarket crash guards, I do agree, and I think the most probable reason for the Himalayan's frame disintegrating uh, are the aftermarket crash guards.
So, and this has happened with you also. I mean, in past. So you have shared the experience, like
Yeah,
similar experience. And
correct.
yes, we can add another thing into this is that recently there's a
Mhm.
lot of workshops, modification workshops. They are making all kinds of crash guards without any research, any
Mm.
nothing, crash impact, where the mounting
Mm.
points. I mean,
Mm.
it's. I think. What do you think? What do you think about that? Do you think people should totally avoid all these things and just stick to the stock? Make it the lightest as possible, like from manufacturer's point of view. I mean, they work hard to reduce the weight of the motorcycle, but we are adding 10, 15 kilos. I mean, doesn't make any sense.
So here we have to again go back to engineering and the laws of physics. Okay. People need to understand that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It will only get transferred from one form to another. Okay. So people think they have to install strong crash guards, which are made of iron, like the strongest steel. So they think when they install very strong, tough crash guards onto their motorcycle, and in case of a fall, the crash guard will save the motorcycle. But the laws of physics simply say that the stronger the crash guard is, it will transfer all the energy from the road and the impact through the crash guard to the mounting parts and the motorcycle. Okay. So I'll give you another example. If I don't want my hand to break, okay, and if I cover it with solid metal, okay, solid metal, and someone takes a hammer and hits onto the metal, that energy will still get transferred onto my bone. Okay, it's very simple. So the energy has to be absorbed. So for energy to be absorbed, the crash guard has to crumple. That's what happened to my Duke 390, the arch crash guard. Okay, because it is an arch shape and it is not very strong, it kind of crumpled, like this. Got it? So on impact, this thumbs up bottle can take serious impact when you hit it like this compared to uh, this glass one. If I hit the glass one, my hand is going to get hurt very badly. Okay, so it's very simple physics. So people, first of all, don't get obsessed with crash guards. Okay, whatever the stock it is, leave the stock crash guards. I understand the stock crash guards don't look good. Okay, they look very ordinary. But here, the aftermarket crash guards could look fancy, but they're going to do, most probably going to do serious damage to your motorcycle. So, brother, I'll give you another simple example about crash guards. If crash guards were so useful, why don't racing motorcycles use crash guards on a racetrack? No, when a racing motorcycle crashes on a corner, and if the crash guard could save the racing motorcycle's fairing, it'll be nice. The racer will simply pick up the motorcycle and start riding again. They don't install it, correct? Because they understand science that the crash guard is going to damage the frame and the motorcycle way worse than the motorcycle falling normally and naturally.
So now we can talk about uh, from the manufacturer perspective, like
Mm.
uh, how manufacturers can address an issue like this. Because I mean, in the end, it's the Himalayan's chassis that is breaking, right? So I mean, like I was talking about the Honda incident, Honda did not give warranty to that
Yeah.
person in Southeast Asia, but
Mhm.
Royal Enfield, the from the customer has
Mm.
accepted that it's from the crash guard. They have provided RSA
Mm.
and they have been kind of responsible. But again,
It's a goodwill. They're only showing goodwill. Okay. Now the customer cannot go to the court and sue Royal Enfield on this. Okay. I'm telling you, you change one nut. Okay. On the motorcycle, you install one aftermarket thing which costs 10 rupees. You have lost the right to warranty. I'm not defending the companies. I'm generally the first person to kick companies, but most of the time. But I also own companies. So when uh, you want to claim warranty or when you want to sue a company, you have to make sure that you are adhering to every basic rule that the terms and condition that the company has put forward.
absolutely.
Hmm.
So I think they have shown responsibility. And again, this is not a sponsored video from Royal Enfield.
I wish it was, yeah. Call them, no. I yeah. I need some money urgently for my startup businesses, yeah. A few $1,000, please, if Himalayan Royal Enfield can send to us, we'll accept it. We will accept it.
But again, just letting everyone know that both of us
Yeah.
already own a Royal Enfield. We are not fanboys
Yeah.
in any way. We are criticizing motorcycles whenever possible.
See, again, we have to make one thing clear to people that today we own, I mean, with all respect, we own many motorcycles. Okay. So if we are criticizing a motorcycle, we are most probably criticizing a brand which we already own. Okay. And people are getting offended about a brand that they never owned. Okay. So if I say something about Yamaha, I have all rights. Okay. I have a Yamaha R1. If I say something about Suzuki, I have two Suzuki Superbikes. Suzuki GSXR 1000 2008 model. I own the Suzuki GSX 1100F, which is the Hayabusa's mother. Okay, 1995 model, only one in India. Okay, yeah. Now, if I criticize Bajaj, I've owned the Pulsars. Okay, if I criticize KTM, I've had two KTMs, the Duke and the RC. If I criticize Royal Enfield, I was one of the first people to buy the Interceptor. Okay, and if I criticize what Hero, I have the Impulse, and like yeah, absolutely. Like my close friends, we operate like a unit. If my friend owns a motorcycle, I own it too. Okay, that is a feeling. If there is anything required to be done on the motorcycle, I'll pay. I'll do anything required. Okay, so most probably I own a motorcycle of the brand that I'm talking. So when people are getting offended about a motorcycle and typing in a bad language, it is their problem. Yeah, you don't even own that motorcycle and you're getting offended.
Okay, so Vikas bhai, there's a new concern that I have. So I'm waking up in the morning, I'm opening up Instagram, and people like kids, 17, 18 years old, they're abusing on comment section, who have never ridden the motorcycles probably we own. And do you have any words for them? Maybe a short line or something.
See, first point. Here I want to say about 3 points. First point. Motorcycle community is a small community. Okay. In the whole country, true, genuine motorcycle lovers who are known as bikers are probably 2 3 lakh people. Not more than that yet. Okay. I mean, not everyone who rides a motorcycle is a biker. Just like anyone who paints is not an artist, anyone who rides a motorcycle is not a biker. Okay, to be a biker, you have to be a gentleman. You need to have a level of passion. You need to have that brotherhood. So we are an extremely small community. So we have to kind of protect each other. Okay, uh, and it's always healthy to disagree, because only when we disagree, a discussion starts. Okay, but here is where I'm getting to the point number two. That is when you disagree and use bad words. Now, I'll give you an example. A person can say, "Hey, Vikas, you are not aware of the fact what you mentioned is not correct. I request you to go back and read about it. The fact is so and so. I hope you talk about this in your next podcast." They can even write it in an assertive manner. They can say, "I'm not happy about this because I was expecting better. Can you please look into it?" We are absolutely, we are ready. We will say, "Hey, brother, thank you so much. Yeah, correct. Let's do that." Or I might also disagree in a healthy manner. I might say, "No, this is not the thing. You know, I read about it, but this is not the fact." That is fine. But if someone says, "Hey, you clowns, palm fist, you a-hole, this, that," yeah, now it's not discussion anymore. No, it is abuse. Okay. So, at that point, even if we want to be nice to that person, we cannot be, because that, again, two things here. What we can do is we can choose to ignore that comment. But there's a beautiful saying in India that is, "बहती गंगा में हाथ धोना लोगों को बहुत पसंद आता है." That means people love to throw trash the moment they see any trash on the road. They will pile up trash there. Okay. So, absolutely. So this is like, for an example, when we make a interesting reel and one person puts an abusive comment. Okay. I mean, first two lines of his could be meaningful, but remaining two lines are abusive. And if we leave it, we do not attend to that comment thinking that it's okay, we don't want to, get into a bad argument. Then what will happen? Second guy will come and call us names. Third guy will come and say even bad words. So the whole real comment section will become abusive comment section, and it is bad for the whole community. Got it? If someone from non-motorcycle community comes and sees the real comments, they'll see, "Chi chi chi chi, kya gandagi hai." It's a dirty place to be in. People are abusing each other in a bad way. Okay, so that is the reason when someone comments using bad language, we, the creator of the reel, has to give back. Okay, because if we don't give back, unfortunately, it is sometimes taken as a sign of weakness. Well, we people honestly do not have time to reply to those comments. Now, brother Joe has got a full-time job with a big company. He's working hard. He's taking care of his family. I have got a full-time job. I own businesses. I work 18 hours a day. I do not have time. And it is not just time, it also affects our mental and emotional health to reply to someone whom we don't even know. Okay. It's like someone literally throwing a stone at us, and we have to again pick up that stone and throw back at a person. We don't even see where the person is. Okay. So my request is that please don't use bad words. Till the time you don't use bad words, all your comments are welcome. Okay. Next, here I want to say something. Okay. In my own style. See, again here point one is 99% times the people who use abusive language and write comments in a very harsh manner are the people who have private accounts, 50 followers, 100 followers. Okay. Nah, I mean, we don't even know their real name. They are hiding behind a wall and throwing stone at us. Okay. Okay. If you really have guts, then come out in open, join the podcast, and then use bad words. If you really have guts, welcome. Okay. Okay. For us, when the whole nation knows us since such a long time in the motorcycle community, okay, You come onto our profile and you use bad language, and we don't know who you are. Okay, we don't know where you live. We don't know your real face. We don't know your real name. I mean, on my account, my real name is there, and some other guy who's using bad language, his name is Iceman, Fireman, Duckman.
I mean, in real life, if they face us, I don't think they will speak any word.
And also, on a nice request, I would like to say, we are very useful people. We are resourceful people. Okay, if you be nice to us, it's actually good for you. Okay, we have seen enough life. Correct. We have experience. We have resources. We have, like, we can be helpful. Okay, so if you be friends, it is nice for both of us, to you and I. And next, one last thing I would like to say. You think you know bad language? I am born and brought up in Hyderabad. Yeah. So anyone who knows how Hyderabadis speak, even in our family, we use bad language. Boss. Okay. Yeah. We wake up and say, hey, Marky, wake up. I mean, for us, that is normal. Okay. So if you think you know what, two or three bad words and you can use it, if we did not have public profiles, okay, and we did not have to behave in a dignified manner, the kind of bad language that I can use, the kind of insults that I can throw at the other person, they can't even look at their own face in the mirror after that. Okay. It will take them 10 lifetimes to learn the kind of expertise that we have in bad language. Because as Hyderabadis, we are trained to use very, very high end and hurting bad words right from our birth.
So that's all for today, guys. If you have any topic, please comment down the topic you want us to cover, and we will see you again in the next podcast.